Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's discussion on scholarship survey. For my dissertation, which many of you may know, is on the aspects of the failure of the Romans to conquer Britain. This week in the database Historical Abstracts with Full Text located in the Jerry Falwell Library, I located 3 sources, one by Lukaza Jan Korporowitz called Roman Law in Roman Britain, an introductory survey. C.E. Stevens, The Decline and Fall of Roman Britain. Alexander Smith and Michael Fulford's The Defended Vici of Roman Britain, Recent Research and New Agendas. Now, each of these sources utilize archaeological evidence paired with contemporary literary writings, both from the Romans in Rome and from the findings in archaeological sites in Britain, such as the tablets at Vindolana. Each of these sources are instrumental in formulating a theory about why the Romans could not hold power in Britain. For instance, there was a mishandling of the administration in Britain. From Roman law in Roman Britain, it is shown that there was a process behind the establishment of a Roman government in the provinces. First, you usually began with a military conquest. Then you put governors in charge of the province. And we know that early governors, at least until the late 2nd century, had military power. After the late 2nd century, there were significant administrative changes made by Caracalla and Diocletian, in which the province of Britain was split first into 2 and then into 4 and 5. The British governors lost military power. They did not have any cohesion. And they often acted under their own directives. Stevens' work, The Decline and Fall of Rome in Britain, further describes why this would have happened. And it was primarily because of the happenings in the continent. For instance, you had the Year of the Four Emperors and other similar government happenings. But you also had a corresponding economic impact of that as well. You had massive inflation and deflation. Coins were frequently devalued. Soldiers were not paid. So you had a lot of rebellion on the continent, which detracted Roman attention from Britain to the continent, leaving them open to all sorts of attacks. This is further evidenced by the archaeological findings described by Smith's and Fulford's article, The Defended Vici of Roman Britain, which actually goes further back than these happenings, but it shows that most small towns like Godmanchester, Cambridge, Worcester, they all started out as small towns on supply routes, which back then were very significant to the military functions. You can't get your supplies, you can't act well, you cannot go forth and conquer. We know that they prospered till about the mid-2nd century, after which archaeological evidence suggests that the Romans erected and attempted to maintain defensive works, which indicates that the Romans were under attack, and this would not have been small internal rebellions, it would have been outside attacks, major attacks. Otherwise, there would have been no use for this. Things. We also know that Hadrian's Wall was at one point abandoned and then rebuilt. What all this suggests is that if the Romans had a more efficient means of controlling the province, an argument could be made that they could have maintained control in the areas they held for a little bit longer.